Hey y'all, it's me Alex. Today I have a rather late October favorites video. So quick explanation on why 31 days of Halloween didn't exactly work out. I'm bad at planning things. And also there was construction literally every single day in the month of October, except for Sundays, you know, gotta give it to the Lord. It was literally right outside my door to the point where it would not let up. I could feel my house literally shake. That was just on a very daily basis from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and I have a lot of evening classes and evening events, so I couldn't exactly just come home at night and take care of everything. And also fall break was a thing where I was at home with no internet, and I also had a friend's wedding, and just all of the things were happening in October. I do think that this experience has been very good for me because I had been really bad about uploading videos, and this kind of forced me to upload videos as much as I can, and it kind of gave me the little push that I needed to get really excited about doing it again. I don't know if I'll do 31 days of Halloween again next year. We'll see. It has gotten me excited about doing things, and I feel a lot more creative. All of that explanation aside, I have discovered a bunch of stuff, a lot of new favorites, a lot of old favorites all throughout the month of October. So without further ado, I'll just get started. So my first favorite should be no surprise to you if you've watched any of my videos for the last month, but it is this Kat Von D Saint and Sinner palette. It is what I have on my eyes today, and I realized this look is pretty natural for me, but I have work right after I film, so that's why. All of these shades are so beautiful, and today I am wearing Crucifix, Martyr, Sacred Heart, and Amen. I think that's all the ones that I'm naming, but you know, the nice pretty peachy side. I haven't actually dipped into the Saint side, the more natural side, all that much, just because, yeah, I'm not a neutral colored person. I don't like neutrals, but this has just the right balance of neutrals and colorful shades, so it's really great. And also it really just hits my exact aesthetic too, goth seminary student. This is totally me, and if you haven't gotten any of the Kat Von D holiday collections before, I really recommend getting this one. The other palette I've been really into this month is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. I got this in the BIB sale last year, and it is becoming very well loved. I wore this for my friend's wedding that I was going to see, and I think it provided a really nice look. I am gonna do a tutorial for that, because one thing I didn't know, because this was my first wedding as a grown-up, I didn't know what the heck you're supposed to wear there, and I think it's a really nice balance that you have to strike. And everybody talks about what makeup you should wear when you're getting married, but what makeup should you wear when you're going to a wedding? I think that would be really cool. And what hasn't already been said about this palette, though, it is such good quality. It's definitely better than the Subculture palette, although I do like the Subculture palette. I don't hate that one like everybody else seems to. But this one is really nice and warm toned, and I didn't think that I could wear warm tones until I really tried this palette, and it's just so blendable and wonderful, and you can get really neutral looks, and you can get really bold red and pink looks, and it's just beautiful. The next thing I've been loving is this NYX gel eyeliner in jet black, but it's not actually for my eyes. I've really been loving this just as a thing to use for Halloween looks, to do pop art looks or anything where you need to do some line work on the face. It's a lot easier to work with than most liquid eyeliners. This you can just use on an angle brush, and I feel so you have a lot more control, and once it sets down, it's really good. I will say the one reason I don't like it on my eyes is, for some reason, since my lids are so oily, it tends to really crease, so that's a reason I don't care much for it for my eyes. If you're outlining stuff on your face, or you're drawing in, or whatever it is that you could use this for, in a Halloween special effects makeup look, it is really good. And there's a little bit bit of a struggle to get it off your face. Like you have to really like scrub and exfoliate to get it off, but I think when you're doing like a special effects look, then that's actually kind of a point in its favor, because a lot of that stuff can be really cheap and will fade off of your face really quick, and this won't. I think I have found a highlighter that I really love. It is this Model's Own highlighter in Golden Sand. Now I was skeptical because it's like, I'm not sure if I would actually wear anything with the word golden in it on a daily basis, but if you look at it, it's not actually like super golden. It's definitely in like the neutral side of highlighters. It was kind of what I wanted the Makeup Monsters one to be, because it's like that same tone, but it's more intense and metallic, and it is what I'm wearing on my face. They have one that's like more cool tone too. I thought this one worked pretty well for cool tone looks too, so I think their highlighters in general must run like pretty cool. And this is really beautiful, really metallic. It's a little bit on the more expensive end of drugstore, but I got it with an Ulta coupon, so no big deal. I'm gonna swatch it because it's just so gorgeous. Like, look at that. Look how beautiful, and just like that shine though. I love it. I love it. Speaking of other things that I've loved, this one is the Kat Von D Lock-It Brightening Powder in the shade Petal. I really should not shake it like that, because the one thing about this is it's really messy and it will get everywhere. Like, the reason the camera is angled such as it is because it's kind of on my shirt right now. But I use this to bake my under eyes with a dry Real Technique sponge, and this works so well for really brightening my under eyes and kind of getting rid of like the bags that I normally have, because like your girl is tired. But this is really good, and it comes in like 3 different shades that should work for you depending on your skin tone. Personally, I think the shade range could be expanded, as there are more than like 3 types of skin tones, but since this isn't a foundation, I can understand why there is a smaller shade range there. And it's really finely milled, and it doesn't feel synthetic and silicone-y. That's the one issue that I always had with like the NYX HD powder, because like that was silicone-y. It felt really like something felt very fake about it, and I'm not sure like what the difference in that formulation and this formulation is, but that one also made me sneeze. This one doesn't, so like it's really great and it does its job and it is wonderful. So I have like 4 lipsticks to go with. The first 2 are the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit lipsticks from their Mermaid collection in Siren's Jewel and Sea Seduction. You will have seen these in my weird lipsticks video, and they are really pretty. I have been waiting to find something like this at the drugstore, just because like there aren't a lot of weird lipsticks at the drugstore to begin with, and especially not a lot of like weird liquid lipsticks, and I think these are really pretty. I especially really love Siren's Jewel, which is this gorgeous slithery green. I should swatch that, even though you should like really just go watch that video from me. I'll leave that in the card. This is Siren's Jewel. I need to turn my hand correctly. And this is Sea Seduction. I will say the one thing about these is that you really have to make sure that it goes on smoothly, because these can kind of ball up on itself and get a little bit chunky, but that is pretty easy to fix and to smooth out. They're not exactly like transfer proof like some of the other liquid catsuits, but I really don't mind because they're super comfortable to wear, and it's not like they're in a traditional lipstick form where they're gonna like bleed without a lip liner, and they're just really great. The next lipstick is Kat Von D Nosferatu. It is just this beautiful red lipstick. I've talked about this before. This one is really good. I've been using this for all of my red lipstick Halloween looks, which is really good, and this is just comfortable, and I think this is just such a universally flattering red. It's not like too bright and cherry red, but it's also like not too dark and vampy, and it isn't too warm or too cool, and I think this is something that could really work on everybody. So if you've been having trouble figuring out which red lipstick would really work for you, I would really suggest getting this one. And the last lipstick that I've been loving is just amazing. It is this Makeup Monsters liquid lipstick in Juniper. I bought this on a whim because I'd really just been wanting to try it out, and I've never worn an all green lipstick before, but this one actually works pretty well. There it is right there. It is so comfortable and it is so long wearing. I just put it on like the day that I got it and it didn't move at all. And it's really thin So it's not nearly as thick as like the Kat Von D lipsticks or the Wet n Wild Catsuit, but it is just as comfortable. You notice that you're wearing lipstick, but it doesn't feel like uncomfortable lipstick, if that makes sense. And this one goes on really, really well. It doesn't require multiple coats, and the applicator is really good to apply it to, if you can kind of see. The applicator is really good for really getting in the crevices and all that, if that makes sense. And it's just wonderful, and I really want to buy like a bunch more of these. I'm waiting for their shade Luna to come back in stock because yes, I want to make my NYX lipstick purchase based on the fact that the lipstick has the same name as my cat. You know, it's also really cute. It's like a pretty purpley mauve-y shade, which I want. So it's not like I wouldn't wear it. I just want a lipstick that has the same name as my cat. I think if all of the other lipsticks are the same like formula and the same opacity as this one, then this one might actually top Kat Von D as my favorite liquid lipstick formula. Okay, so moving on from makeup to skincare, the first thing that I really love is the Kate Somerville EradiKate Daily Cleanser. I haven't really been using this on my face because I haven't had a lot of acne on my face this month, which has actually been really surprising to me. But I have been using this on my chest because that's for some reason where the acne has been on me. Not to be too weird or gross, but like it happens to everybody, deal with it. And this has been the one thing that's really, really cleared it up for me. I found that this entire line, whatever I've used, has always been very good to clear up acne. And it just really like foams up, gets in there, does what it's supposed to do, and it is wonderful. And my other skincare favorite is kind of an old favorite of mine. It is this Lush Cup of Coffee face and body mask. I've been using this to just kind of exfoliate my face and wake my skin up, and it makes me feel all nice and glowy and wonderful. And this is like the scrub that I want, because I find that a lot of scrubs are like really finely milled to the point where I don't particularly enjoy them, because like for me, I want something that's really, really thick and gritty and will really like get all of the dead skin off of my body. Like I don't want it to feel as though I can like barely feel what's going on. I want it like scrubby, scratch all the itches, get all of the dead skin off, that sort of a thing. It smells like coffee, which is a great bonus for me and for anybody, because coffee smells amazing. Even if you don't drink coffee, it smells great. And it has been just really, really good for my skin. And if you're near a Lush, I highly recommend picking this up. I have one hair care favorite, and it is this CurlySexyHair sulfate-free curl defining shampoo. As you can tell, I've kind of been going for my more like natural texture of my hair, which is definitely wavy, and that has been really, really good for my hair, that I'm not like straightening it a whole lot. It's been helping it a lot with like texture and dryness. And this has been really helpful to me too, because my hair isn't curly per se, but it does have enough wave in it that like when I use a regular shampoo, I'll see like where the wave is, but it isn't very like defined. Whereas when I use this, you know, it doesn't look like flat waves, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm describing this very well, but it definitely really helps with my texture. And like all I have to do in the mornings is like straighten my bangs and put in like some mousse in the rest of my hair. I use a CurlySexyHair mousse. I don't know if that's like a favorite yet. I haven't been using it long enough, but this shampoo has been really good. It's like huge, and normally I don't actually care about shampoo that much. It's a conditioner that I always rave over, so I figured this was worth including in a favorites, if simply for the fact that I'm really excited about a shampoo. And I have a couple miscellaneous favorites. The first one is this book, Remnants by Rosemarie Freeney Harding. I am reading this for my Topics in Womanist Studies course. I've read basically all of this. You can tell in there all of the pages that like I've dog-eared because of all of the wonderful things that the author has to say in this book. If you have read anything Alice Walker, The Color Purple, or anything in like feminist womanist studies, you would really enjoy this book. It is a memoir of a woman who was a very influential activist in the civil rights movement, and she was very spiritual, like not just in like a Christian sense, but she was like a Mennonite, but she also was interested in like Tibetan Buddhism and African Brazilian religions and all of that sort of stuff. And the really cool thing was, a couple weeks ago in class, my professor is actually friends and colleagues with with the daughter of the woman who wrote this book, and we got to Skype with her, which was really, really awesome. And this is just such a good book. It is so worth reading. I love it. And the last miscellaneous favorite, I saw Mother. This is probably actually back in September, but I haven't talked about it at all. I saw it with a bunch of my friends because we were all seminary theology students, and we had heard that it had something to do with like the creation story and the Old Testament, and it was really good. I know a lot of people probably think that it's really pretentious, but I'm really pretentious, so that's just what we're going with. It is really, really good if you're into like overanalyzing films. If you're not, if you just want to like go in and sit down and watch something, which I like films on both ends of the spectrum. I really wouldn't recommend it if you just want to like watch something and not have to think about it, but this one's really good. I'm not a big Jennifer Lawrence fan, but I thought she did a really, really good job, and I think it has so much to say about like the way we treat our planet and God and our relationships with creation. The day after, I had to look up all of like the meanings and the reviews just in order to process it, because it is a lot to process. Like my entire friend group, we all went out for ice cream afterwards because we were just like, that was kind of messed up at the end. Not to give it too much away, but like train of thought for the movie is just very like kind of vaguely interesting, you know, but not a whole lot. And then bam, right at the end, everything is like out there in your face, and it is nothing at all what you expected, and it's really gross, but you know, like it gives you a lot to think about, and personally I think it is a really good film. Alright y'all, thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe down below if you want to see more videos from me, and I will see you on my next one. Hope you'll have a wonderful day. Bye!